to order. If you'd stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silent prayer.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you'll remain standing for a moment of silent prayer. The first item on our agenda is a consent agenda, which is the minutes of the March 21st work session and regular meeting, statements and checks.
Move to approve.
Motion Doe. Support Wilson. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion I'm sorry? Public comment? Oh, pardon. Well, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're going to go back up to public comment. Thank you, Ms. Kaiser.
Thank you. Arloa Kaiser, 1421 Melvin Street. At the Neighborhood Watch last week, they were discussing the new Willow Run High School being closed. And never having any children, I don't know what the configuration is there, but my question is, if it closes, hopefully it will not be a Kettering destroyed. I don't want to, if it's closed, I don't want it to be empty. I don't want to have to still pay for it because it's not paid off. And they were saying about something about the old and the new high school are together, and I don't know what that is, but they have torn out a cafeteria and made a batting cages and did something else for baseball, that someone is renting it. My question is that money going towards paying off the school? Because why should I pay for something that I'm not getting benefits for, or the kids are not getting benefits? And my understanding too, the vote on the 2nd of May is to increase my taxes for schools. I really haven't heard anything. It's
Okay.
it would either one be to renew it or ask for more money. And usually it doesn't just renew it, it's for more money, because I think it's a special election. But why should I be paying for this? We need some better money management skills in people who are in charge of the schools. We're just pissing money down a rat hole, and I don't think that's right.
Well, I attended a meeting on the school proposal, Ms. Kaiser, and it's for non-homestead. So it's for homeowners will not be affected by this mill. Does that help?
If I'm not affected, then why am I voting?
You have a right to vote on it, but it's for businesses and rental properties. It's not for homeowners. It will not affect homeowners.
Well, I haven't seen or heard anything exactly what this vote is for. And the last I knew, I don't think Karen had received the language. Okay, but the last I heard, you hadn't received it to see what the language is.
Yep, and because of the meeting at the Neighborhood Watch, we have asked the Willow or Ypsilanti Community Schools to come out and do a presentation at the next Sugarbrook Neighborhood Watch meeting. So they're scheduled to be there. So you can ask the very good question that you're asking us.
But other people there were concerned about losing the name of the Willow Run schools.
Right.
So, and who wants their taxes to go up? And hopefully that the money from whatever they're making from whoever's using the part of the school goes specifically for that building.
And you can ask them. That's a separate elected board, as you know. But so you can ask them these questions. I do know that the 18 mills is the 18 mills that are levied on businesses for schools.
Okay.
And when your taxable value goes up, the county often rolls back the taxes. So if it's 18 mills, it could be like 17.8 mills because they have Headley. Have you heard of the Headley over? Yeah. So the Headley rolls the taxes back like 1/10 of a mil or 2/10 of a mil. And the ballot, although not clear, will restore that. So there's no rollback on their the dollars that the non-residential homeowners pay.
Yeah, when they changed years ago, the funding mechanism at the state level, they made, like, no one in the state that owns property that files for homestead, that lives in that house and files in homestead, nobody pays those 18 mills. They're paid by non-homestead residential properties, commercial, industrial, and personal property. So even though they have to go to the voters for the renewal, you're not paying it now if you file homestead.
But it's not clear in the ballot language, I can assure you.
Yes, I know, it's very confusing.
Okay, so that's our politicians at work to write
Whoa,
these things.
whoa.
No, I'm serious.
The superintendent wrote the language, or the lawyers
I don't
wrote
care
them.
who
the
wrote it.
lawyers wrote them. That's
Who wrote it? It doesn't matter. It's one way to screw the public. I know you don't like that kind of language, but
I do
it's
not.
the truth. There are
Okay.
politics, and everybody in politics, they're hiring their cronies for jobs, while John Q. Public pays the bill. And a lot of people aren't doing their jobs. They're just getting paid for time.
Hello. Joanne McCollum, 1900 Tyler Road. I just want to thank you. I can't thank you enough, Ypsilanti Township Board, for all that you do for us in the township. I know this is your job, but I think you go over and above. I just had a question about on gates in West Willow. I haven't been down the street lately. It's been a few days, but that pole with the camera is still down. I know Tammy said that something was happening with it.
Yeah. I know Jeff Allen looked into it, and it's live. We weren't sure. We were trying to get hold of
Really?
Yeah. DTE had a pole there. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we reported it to them and asked. I don't know. We just reported. Jeff, do you have any updates? I don't know. We wouldn't touch it because it's dangerous.
Sure.
Yeah.
I do not have an update on the DTE part of it, but we did, our contractor picked up the camera and the modem. The casing's still there, so somebody reported it looked like a camera, but it's just the casing that holds the camera. That was damaged, but as soon as the pole goes back up, then we'll put the things back up there.
Thank you.
Are there any other public?
Hello, Timothy King, 1573 Molly Street, lifelong Ypsi Township resident, and I am a member of the Washtenaw County Republican Executive Committee. I'm here tonight to talk about the Willow Run Bomber Plant Memorial. The lame duck session is over now in Lansing, and tomorrow morning I plan on getting a hold of Senator Rebecca Warren and Senator Pat Colbeck, and I'm going to ask both of them to introduce a bill for $5 million for a Willow Run Bomber Plant Memorial. One of the things that I've dreamed about this for a while. And one of the things that I asked, and I had a chance to talk to Lieutenant Governor Calley about this, and I said, you know, Lieutenant Governor, and this is exactly what I told him, on December 7th, 1941, 177 sailors and Marines died instantly on the USS Arizona, BB-39 at 8:08 a.m. after a Japanese fighter plane dropped a bomb down the smokestack of the Arizona. This is a list that I have of 32 sailors and Marines from the Great Lakes state of Michigan who died inside the Arizona BB-39. Remembering Pearl Harbor. Remember Pearl Harbor was the battle cry anticipating war. Henry Ford's Willow Run B-24 United States Army Air Force bomber plant was dedicated June 16, 1941. October 1941, Henry Ford received permission to produce complete Liberators, and by the war's end produced 8,685 Liberators. Oppenheimer once said, for every action, there was a reaction. So our government, our federal government, Henry Ford, President Roosevelt, they were prepared and they knew that war was coming. And I asked Governor Calley, is there anywhere on the state capitol grounds a plaque honoring these 32 men? He said, no, Tim, that's an embarrassment to the state. That's an embarrassment to every governor since World War II. So I suggested with the Willow Run Bomber Plant Memorial that we honor these 32 men that died on the USS Arizona by putting a plaque within that memorial to honor them also. So I thank you very much, and I'll stick around, Brenda, if you want to talk afterwards.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Attorney's report?
No report this evening.
New business. Budget amendment number 5. Clerk Rowe.
I have a motion to amend the 2017 budget. It's amendment number 5 for 2017 to increase the general fund by $559,307 to $9,129,942 and approve the line item changes as outlined, and to increase the bike, sidewalk, recreation, roads, and general BSR2 fund by $126,799 to $1,646,253 and approve the line item changes as outlined, and to increase the environment cleanup fund budget by $321,794.24 to $366,594.24 and approve the line item, department line item changes as outlined, and decrease the 14B district court fund by $20,000 to $1,537,300 and approve the line item changes as outlined, and to increase the golf course fund by $293,632 to $1,094,969 and approve the line item changes as outlined. I would so move this budget amendment.
Motion Rowe. Support Doe for budget amendment number 5. Any questions or comment? We discussed it in the work session. The roof repair for the community center, and then we have the environmental fund. We're going to close that out and transfer it to the Tyler Dam, which is about a $2 million project. 14B District Court is going to have a security study done and recommendations by architectural firm. And the golf course is to proceed with the capital outlay for repairing bike paths at the golf course and some other paving. And then we have the purchase of a mower and a vacuum. Like what do you call it?
Vacuum.
It's not a vacuum, is it? That's my word. Is that really a word? What do you call it? Okay, vacuum. For leaves and debris. We have a motion and support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 2 is a request for approval of the plan development agreement for the Manors at Creekside Village. We need a motion to authorize signing of the development agreement.
Do you want to add that B stuff? No? Okay. So moved, as is.
Motion Rowe.
Support.
Support Doe to approve the development agreement. Attorney Winters, is everything in proper order?
Yes, Madam Chair, we discussed this during the work session, that this is a good sign of the continued interest in resurrecting some of our residential development. And this one here is going to be a good development for the township, and all the requirements, the infrastructure, surety, all the requirements in regards to what the developer is going to be required to do are contained in the development agreement. It's in proper form for the board to approve this evening.
Thank you. Any questions or comment? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item is request for authorization to proceed with issuing a request for qualifications for a master developer for the Seaver Farms parcel.
Move to approve.
Support.
Motion Doe, support Gerald Rowe. Questions or comment? And this will come back to the township board.
Yes.
And Attorney Winters, you're going to be involved with the planning
So will.
consultant to do this. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item is request of Jeff Allen, Residential Service Director, for approval of a contract with OHM to oversee the construction of the Green Oaks Golf Cart Path improvements in an amount not to exceed $11,456.50, which is budgeted in line item 584-584-000-701-000.
Support.
Rowe. Support Wilson. Discussion? I know that Matt is here. Is there questions or comments on overseeing the contract for the construction and improvements to the golf course? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The next item is request of Jeff Allen, Residential Service Director, to retain architectural professional services with Hobbs & Black to design court security system for 14B Court, develop bid documents and administer bid process and oversee the construction in an amount of not to exceed $20,000, which is budgeted in line item 236-136-000-974-024.
I move approval of the request, including the development of the contract, or subject to the development of the contract with the attorney's approval.
Second.
Motion by Rose, supported by Trustee Roth Williams, to approve the contract authorized signing once the attorney. Okay. Any questions or comments? And the report will be brought back to the board as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item is a request for approval of a Community Tourism Action Plan, which is a CTAP grant application for Rosie the Riveter Guinness World Record event in the amount of $10,000 and for a match fund contribution from the township of $1,000, which is budgeted in line item 230-751-000-880-000.
Second.
Motion Rowe, support Gerald Rowe. Are there questions on this? This is a grant we get every year from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. So the date for the Rosie the Riveter Guinness Book of World Records event is October 14th, and it'll be held at the Convocation Center. And as we get more information and marketing comes out, we'll make that available.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I was under the impression it was a $2,000. Is there something
Yeah, the
changed?
Yankee Air Museum is going to contribute the
All right.
other $1,000.
They required that as a change this year, that there had to be two folks involved in the matching fund.
Okay.
Two organizations.
All right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Under authorization and bids, we have the request of Jeff Allen, Residential Service Director, to award the low bid for the Green Oaks Golf Cart Path improvements to Best Asphalt in the amount of $257,837, with a contingency amount of $15,000 for a total of $272,837, which is budgeted in line item 584-584-000-971-000, contingent upon the attorney review and approval of the contract.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion Doe, support Ross Williams. Any questions or comments or statements? I'm glad to see this capital improvement move forward. We've been talking about it for a couple years, and thank you for helping to move this forward, Jeff.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 2 is a request of Jeff Allen, Residential Services Director, to award the low bid for the Community Center roof replacement project, which is Section A, to Royal Roofing in the amount of $104,477, and to approve the additional work of adding the sealer to a block wall on the front of the community center in the amount of $2,322, for a total of $106,799, budgeted in line item 212-970-000-976-008, contingent upon the contract being approved by Township Attorney before signature.
So moved.
Motion Wilson, support Gerald Rowe. Questions or comments on this?
Just one question, Madam Chair.
Trustee Gerald Rowe?
Just earlier, it was brought up about, Larry brought up the point of, whether or not the asphalt project would interfere with the roofing thing. And I remember jotting down like 4/24 is a possible time for the contract to be finished. So just like maybe mention that to them so that they know that they'll both be.
I will do that, yes.
That's all. Thank you.
Other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Request to waive the financial policy and award the low quote to Spartan Distributors for the purchase of a Toro Groundsmaster 7200 in the amount of $17,927.35 and a Harper Turbo Back TV40 in the amount of $21,742 for a total amount of $39,669.35, which is budgeted in line item 584-584-000-971-000.
So moved.
Motion Rowe,
Support.
support Wilson. Discussion?
Just a clarification again for people that may not have been here earlier. We're waiving this financial policy because of some folks that may...
We have 3 quotes, and we're accepting the low quote, but the financial policy says formal bids.
Okay.
So you can get quotes for professional services, right? And this was instead of doing a formal bid, which is where you mail it out to certain people, you wait 10 days and they come back. They did get 3 quotes for the lowest price.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Madam Chair, maybe a point of clarification. I thought you said maybe it's the Rosie the Riveter Day. I thought I heard you say just recently, October 14th, but earlier I thought you said a different date, unless I'm mistaken.
You're mistaken.
Okay.
It's 10/14.
10/14? Okay, thank you.
I know that date, Jeff. That's one date I know.
I wanted to make sure I was mistaken.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion
Motion to adjourn.
Motion and support, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Yeah, like our house, it's in Battle Creek, so like